Evening, everyone. So a couple of people asked me to do a walk around of my DUI sim rig. So here it is. First off, my English isn't it's not my native language, so bear with me with the hesitation and just because I'm looking for my words. And second off, I'm no YouTube star, and so it's going to be shaky and but I'm going to try my best. So the rig, full aluminium extrusion, bought it at SimLabs in Holland. I made the screen stand from wood, obviously, as you can see. Um, it's pretty much the exact same dimensions as the one that Richard at SimLabs provides. I sort of copied it. Sorry for that, Richard. Um, it works pretty good. It's temporary. I'm gonna get me a full extrusion one, but yeah, for the moment, extrusion wise, this is all 4x4 except for two little 4x8s under the seat and the upright and one in the middle down there. There's no flex. It's on casters. I weigh around 90 kilos. I've got no issue at all. This thing is rock solid. Granted, I don't use top of the line gear. I mean, those are Fanatics V1s. That's a belt driven wheel. Probably somebody that uses direct drive wheels and hydraulic pedals that is super into sim racing is going to need something a bit more sturdy than this. But I mean, for the general do-it-yourself guy, 4x4, it'll get you. I mean, it'll get the job done. So as you can see on all the hardware that's laying around, I do sim racing. Sorry, I do truck simming. I do sim racing. I fly helicopters and I fly the Osprey. It's a hybrid helicopter fixed wing. So yeah, how did I accomplish this? First off, the base flips around. It's currently in truck mode. I just quick release here, quick release there. I put, yep, there we go. I put a couple of supports there. Simply, if I undo the bolts, it drops down, and it doesn't drop all the way down. It's just a matter of security. I can flip the whole unit around, so the base is up, and put these things back in their slot, tighten it up, and I'm in racing mode. Takes me less than a minute. The shifter, same thing. Detach the truck shifter, my other shifters over there. It's basic stuff. Then the pedals, obviously, I've currently have my rudder pedals set up, so you can see what I mean. But I removed the rudder pedals, and I have my V1's Club Sport. They're fixed to the chassis. And then, of course, the seat, as you can see, it's currently set up. It's on two rails, bottom rail and top rail. It's all the way in the back on the bottom, all the way in the back on the top. And now it is in flight mode. So this is helicopter mode, joysticks up, the collectives up. I don't have a separate collective yet, and I still need to use the throttle, so I came up with a little idea to put the throttle on the board, put a door hinge, one side of a door hinge on the board, the other side of the door hinge is fixed then in this extrusion, and I have this hinge that I bought with a quick release, you probably heard that, and I put the second part of the door hinge on there again. So what I need to do is just lift this axle out of its position. I'm not going to be able to do this with one hand. I'm just going to pause the video and do this with you. Oh, see, there she is. Yeah, she's coming. You know what I mean. You can see what I mean. There she is. I'm going to pause the video and change it so you see what I mean. And voila. Takes like 10 seconds. Axle's in there. I put a little a little corner bracket here. There's a hole in there. I can actually tighten. I can actually put one of these. This is the part. This is a foot that comes also from an IKEA cupboard. Just the bottom to, you know, change the height of the foot. This actually fits in that hole, and that hole, you know, that bolt goes in there. When it's in collective mode, I put that one in and it doesn't wobble, basically. So yeah, throttle. As you can see, I don't have a lot of room, so my throttle needs to be able to move. That's the reason why it's on the hinge. I can just drop it down and still get out of the seat. Obviously, it's not as easy. I don't leave it normally in this. Put it back there. It takes 2 seconds, 10 seconds. Then I can get in and out a lot easier. But yeah, joystick, same thing. Put the joystick on the board. Drilled a couple of holes in it. And there's these butterfly. There's one. There's these butterfly bolts here. I hold the bolt underneath it. Twist it with these knobs. See, this is just a bolt that's in this. I can't remember where I bought these, but you could. These are really good. You could take this thing out, and then the bolt. There's two bolts. And then the bolt comes out, and you can just change the bolt to whatever length you need. These are really good. So yeah, that's that. It's sitting on a IKEA leg of a table, 2-part tube. There's a thread in here. You can undo the top part and change the height if you want it. And this thing all bolts down to the other part of the foot. And if I'm not using, as you can see, this whole thing twists out up until the point that that one comes off, and the only part left is that, and that allows me to move my seat forward. Not going to do that now for the movie, but for the explanation, but you know what I mean. You get the idea. So yeah, if the joystick isn't there, the seat can slide forward. If it's all the way to the forward on the 2 sliders, I am in racing / trucking mode. If it's all the way forward on the bottom, but backwards on the top one, I'm in gaming mode. And that is pretty much, that brings me to the last part, and that's my keyboard. Semlabs keyboard, basic setup. I just altered it with one simple addition, and that is a rail. This is a rail from a I'm lost for words again. Hold on. A drawer. This is basically a drawer rail, but it's a ball bearing rail. So this thing actually, it's really good. It moves a bit, hence why I DUI'd a piece of wood underneath it. Otherwise the tray actually tilts due to the weight. And then, whoop, as you can see, I can slide that in front of me. As you can see, the keyboard is right in front of me. If I'm in work mode, I remove the shifter head from the truck and I place that shifter head on the shifter, and the tray actually goes on top of the shifter's head, which negates the wobble, because now, as you can see, there's a bit of wobble. But yeah, I play RTS games, I play World of Warcraft. This way I work 8 hours a day. This way it works really well. Granted, it's no desk, but I mean, for the moment it's been 7 weeks that I've been working from home, and it works really well. I think that's about it. I think I've covered pretty much everything. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Yes, my screens are upside down. In case you're wondering, I don't have Visa mounts on them, and I had to figure something out. So yeah, upside down screens works perfectly for anybody that can buy a couple of screens that are cheap but don't have Visa mounts. I can really advise this. You can change the settings in Windows And yeah, they've been hanging like this for over 2 years, no issue. So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate.